Sup tubers? So here we are back with our next review and the second of the most anticipated books so far in the Dark Hunter series. Up next, quite possibly bigger than Acheron, quite possibly more anticipated than Acheron, is the story of his twin brother, Styxx. Allow me to read you the panel. There are two sides to every story, and you don't know Styxx. Centuries ago, Acheron saved the human race by imprisoning an ancient evil bent on absolute destruction. Now that evil has been unleashed and is out for revenge. As the twin of Acheron, Styxx hasn't always been on his brother's side. They've been they've spent more centuries going at each other's throats than protecting each other's backs. Now, Styxx has a chance to prove his loyalty to his brother, but only if he's willing to trade his life and future for Acheron's. The Atlantean goddess of wrath and misery, Bethany was born to right wrongs, but it was never a task she relished, until now. She owes Acheron a debt that she vows to repay no matter what it takes. He will join their fellow gods in hell, and nothing is going to stop her. But things are never what they seem, and Acheron is no longer the last of his line. Styxx and Acheron must put aside their past and learn to trust each other, or more will suffer. Yet it's hard to risk your own life for someone who once tried to take yours, even when it's your own twin, and when loyalties are skewed and no one can be trusted, not even yourself. How do you find a way back from the darkness that wants to consume the entire world, one that wants to start by devouring your very soul? Worse, Styxx is forced to battle the only woman who has ever held his heart, and to save the world he will have to choose between the brother who has betrayed him and the woman who once meant everything to him. I don't think it continues on to the back, does it? No. Not good. So, yes, Ash and Styxx, very, very turbulent past. When we met Styxx, he was human. In Ash's book, when we met him, he was human. Ash was placed in Styx's mother's womb to protect him, and that's how he was born as a human. And Styxx was the twin in the womb, so they are both identical. The only difference is Styx's hair is blonde. Because Ash hates his blonde hair, but that's something you'll have to read his book to find out why. Styxx, as it says, has not always been on his brother's side. His book isn't split in two like Ash's is. His literally follows him along every step of the way, and you get to go through the entire book series up to Ash's book and beyond, from Styx's point of view. So every time you see Styxx, every time he's involved in something in one of the other books, you now see it from his point of view. And it's really interesting. Much like Artemis, you grow to hate Styxx because of how he treats Acheron. But in Styx's book, things are reversed. The sister they both had when they were human, who you loved because of how she treated Acheron, you grow to dislike her because of how she treats Styxx. Even Acheron, at points, you kind of want to just grab him around the throat and throttle him. And he's probably one of the most beloved characters of the series. So, Styx's book really opens your eyes and reminds you that there are three sides to every story. Your point of view, their point of view, and the truth. And we are now getting the second point of view. I don't think we'll ever get all three sides because, well, I don't know about you, but I'm not omnipotent. These two are. We've always seen Ash's side of things and how horrible Styxx was to him and all the awful things Styxx did and everything, but now we see why. We see what caused him to do these things. We see that he doesn't deserve our hatred. Not all the time. Siblings do horrible things to each other. And we learn just how hard of a life Styxx had back when he and Ash were human. Ash's life was no walk in the park, but neither was Styxx. We saw him in Ash's book, we see him as the stubborn prince. In Styx's book, we see him for what he truly is. And it is just as heartbreaking as Acheron's, if not more so. Because with Ash, you never really hate him. And then you get his book and you love him even more and you cry for him even more. But with Styxx, you've hated him, so you learn that hatred actually had no place. There was no reason to hate him. He had his reasons for acting the way he did. And they're damn good ones. So yeah, that's highlights to Styxx's book. Finding out his side of things. And again, the writing. Actually, let's take his side of things out of there. That's a pro. That's a pro, definitely. Highlights, definitely. Again, the writing. There will always be, in Sherilyn Kenyon's book, her writing will always be a highlight because she is just so... she's just so her. I don't know how else to word that. Yeah, that's... Yeah, so she's just so her. Pros and cons. Pro, learning Styxx's side of things. Learning he's just as flawed as the rest of us. But at the same time, that's also a con, because I could have lived forever without knowing what these two were put through. And for once, his is not Artemis's fault. But I'll leave that as a hint to go read the book so you can find out just whose fault it is. Yeah, his was not Artemis's fault, so... But, so she's still a con. I mean, she will always be a con, but she's not necessarily the con of this book. I don't think there is a specific character con of this book. Just, the only con is the self-hatred you have for yourself for realizing you've misjudged Styxx for all these years. Overall review of the book is extremely well written. Sherilyn, you've done it again, and it is nice to see Styxx in the light he deserves, as the person he should be. And not just this evil, twisted thing that, you know, used to make Ash's life miserable. He is Ash's brother, he is Ash's twin, and he deserves the same respect we give Acheron. I would definitely recommend it. Again, like Acheron, way more mature than the other books because their pasts are not pretty. So, you know, crank up the age on this. Again, 17, 18 at the youngest for this. And it gets a 10 out of 10, just like every other. Yeah, just like every other, it gets a 10 out of 10, and, yeah, I got nothing else besides that, sorry, that's just what her books do to me. So that is my review for Styxx by Sherilyn Kenyon, and now it's facing the camera, there we go. That is my review for Styxx by Sherilyn Kenyon. I hope you enjoyed it. Go out, get the book, delve into the world, cry, rage, sob, you know, plot, fictional character deaths, because I think we all do that at one time or another. And next up will be another book series by Rochelle Mead that goes right along with Vampire Academy. It takes place after Vampire Academy, and it is known as Bloodlines. And again, I can't show it to you, it's in my pile here. And I can't wait to share it with you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!